In 1959, 9 experienced hikers entered the frozen wilderness of Russia's Ural Mountains. But what they found there was no ordinary mountain trail. Their tent was found torn open from the inside, their bodies scattered, and the truth buried beneath ice and fear. But what if I told you they tried to survive? At first, everything was normal. Spirits were high. They were just days into their expedition. Jokes were made, songs were sung. They had no idea they were being watched. Zina wrote in her journal that night, "Strange noise outside the tent. Thought it was wind, but it sounded like a low hum. No one else heard it." At 2:13 a.m., something moved past the tent. They didn't hear it. They felt it. A presence. The kind that presses down on your chest even when you're awake. One of them swore they saw eyes in the dark. Others told him to go back to sleep. But no one really slept that night. What happened next was never written down. But it was the beginning of the end. The year was 1959. 9 young Soviet hikers, students from the Ural Polytechnic Institute, set out on a challenging expedition into the Ural Mountains. Their goal was simple: to earn the highest hiking certification by surviving one of Russia's harshest terrains. Led by Igor Dyatlov, the group was well prepared, experienced, and ready for the freezing cold. They kept journals, took photos, and planned to return in a few weeks. But they never came back. When a search party finally found their last campsite, what they uncovered shocked the world. The tent was ripped open from the inside. Some bodies were nearly naked in temperatures below -30 degrees Celsius. Others had massive internal injuries, crushed skulls and ribs, but no signs of external trauma. One girl was missing her tongue and her eyes. No signs of struggle, no footprints, except their own. And no definitive cause of death. Some say it was an avalanche. Others whisper about secret military tests. A few believe something supernatural was watching them. But what if there was more to the story? What if they tried to fight back? They should have stayed inside, but it was already too late. Yuri, VO, did you hear that? Something circled the tent, slow, deliberate, not pacing, studying. They didn't unzip the tent. They slashed it open, desperate to escape whatever was coming in. Dyatlov, VO, don't run, stay together. They thought splitting up gave them a chance to survive. It only made them easier to hunt. One was already gone, vanished without a scream. All that remained was a trail of blood and a single bare footprint leading deeper into the forest. From that moment, it was no longer a hike. It was a hunt, and they were the prey. It was supposed to be a night like any other, but something was wrong. The storm died without warning, like the mountain itself was holding its breath. They would later say it felt like a nightmare, one they couldn't wake from. Hiker, VO, something's outside. It's not moving. It's just listening. They didn't try to crawl out. They cut their way out, clawing through the fabric to escape. One of them was gone. No footprints leaving the snow. No sound after that scream. Just gone. There was blood, but no body. Only a torn scarf, and drag marks that ended in the middle of nowhere. The mountain had awoken something ancient, and it wanted them one by one. Scattered, barely dressed, some without shoes. The hikers were no longer a group. They were prey in a frozen maze. They didn't know what it was, only that it was following them, close enough to hear, but never to see. He never screamed. They found only his footprints, ending abruptly in the middle of an open field. They thought height might give them an advantage, but something was already there, waiting. His body was found later with burned hands, as if he tried to fight something not made of flesh. The deeper they went, the stranger the mountain became. Directions twisted. The cold bit deeper than it should. Time stopped making sense. They had one option left: climb down, or face what was hunting them. Their numbers were dwindling. The cold was killing them. But what terrified them more was that they weren't alone. Buried in the snow, they found a journal, but it wasn't one of theirs. This land is not ours. It sleeps beneath the mountain. Our footsteps have awakened it. We are not meant to look upon it. It remembers every name. Then the wind returned, and it spoke. Xena, VO. It's calling us by name. It knows us. The journal spoke of an ancient curse, a spirit, a guardian, not of this world, not dead, not alive. The land was sacred, protected, and they had trespassed. None leave, all are remembered. Only 3 were left now, frostbitten, exhausted, and hunted. They knew the mountain would not let them leave. Not all of them. Dyatlov, VO. If it's me it wants, I'll give it a reason to look away from you. He didn't run to survive. He ran to distract it, to give them seconds. Maybe that was enough, but the mountain wasn't finished. And that's when she heard it. Ancient voice. VO, you weren't supposed to be here. Her final thought was not fear, but regret. That she ever stepped foot on this cursed ground. The mountain took them all, but not their names. Those it remembered.